While it's true that the huntsman spider and the wolf spider are arachnids, they are anatomically different as well as behaviorally different. So let's find out what they're all about. The wolf spider generally is given the name wolf spider in the whole United States. Some people call it a ground spider, but mainly it's called a wolf spider. So wolf spider is a general term given to the spider because the spider is a ground hunter. It stalks its prey or it will ambush its prey. Wolf spiders don't use webs to catch their prey like other spiders. However, they do use silk. Web is sticky and silk is not, to line their burrows and also to make trip lines that run from their burrow in various directions to alert them to prey on the outside of their den. Wolf spiders also use silk to wrap their eggs in an egg case. As I said earlier, wolf spiders are mainly ground-dwelling spiders, terrestrial spiders. They don't climb well. They can climb up a little bit on vertical surfaces, but for the most part, they are ground dwellers and cannot run across vertical surfaces fast at all, such as walls. Wolf spiders are excellent predators of just about anything they can overpower. The wolf spider will carry her egg case around with her to protect them. A distinguishing characteristic is wolf spiders are the only spiders that will carry their babies on their back to protect them. Also, female wolf spiders loaded with babies will sometimes go down to water, stretch their legs out in the water, and the babies will run down her to hydrate, and then they'll climb back up to the abdomen. They are such good mamas. And when they're old enough, the babies will disperse to fend for themselves. Huntsman spiders are generally found in the tropics and subtropic climates of the world, including the U.S. However, there are some smaller species found in Poland and a few other areas of Europe. But generally, they're tropic and subtropic, including Africa and Madagascar. In Florida, the most common huntsman spider is Heteropoda venatoria, the pantropical huntsman spider. I love these spiders. They are lightning fast, and the females are heavier bodied than the males, but the males can have a longer leg span, but just a thinner body. However, this is true with all huntsman spider species throughout the world. Males are skinnier and generally longer-legged than the females. However, the male Heteropoda venatoria, the Florida huntsman spider, have two black patches on the top of their head. Actually, that area is called the carapace. And that's one way you can tell it's a male. So the pantropical huntsman spider is a Florida native, and it is very common. And so for the rest of the video, when I'm talking about the pantropical huntsman, I'll be referring to it as the Florida huntsman because that's where all us locals are familiar with it. Many Florida country folk consider the huntsman spider a great benefit, as I think, in my opinion, all people should. This is also true throughout the world, because if you live in Florida for any length of time, you know that Florida is pretty much the land of the bugs. And pest control companies make a killing off of us. Not me, but a lot of us, because we freak out about bugs. The main prey of huntsman spiders are cockroaches, especially the varieties that get into our homes, which are the Asian, the American, and the German cockroach. They do heavy damage if our homes are infested. Of course, if you have an infestation of roaches, then that's where a pest control company comes into play. But for just general, you may have a roach or two in your house. The huntsman spiders are built to detect them and hunt them. When I say detection, it's actually called mechanoreception or mechanoreceptors that huntsman spiders, wolf spiders, and other spiders have all over their body in the form of hairs. Those hairs act like toggle switches when stimulated by some sort of force or scent, such as your hand or body coming close to them. Even as you are walking up, it can detect that air current differential. The smelling receptor hairs are called chemoreceptors. These systems help the spiders to recognize whether they should fight or run away. That's why a lot of times when you walk towards them, they just fly away. The other side is if they detect a roach coming towards them, then they know they can fight and pounce on it. All spiders that do not use web to catch their prey, such as the hunting spiders, the wandering spiders, the ground spiders, aside from a couple species that are cave dwellers, all of them have great eyesight. Of course, the best eyesight of all the spiders goes to the jumping spiders. But huntsman spiders and wolf spiders have excellent eyesight as well. So they'll use the eyesight in conjunction with their chemoreceptors and their mechanoreceptors to hone in on prey or to get away from danger. I want to make a little note on if you approach a huntsman spider with your hand or your finger and you're just doing it real slow and getting close to it, there is a chance that spider will mistake it for prey and pounce and bite you. But that's a natural, normal reaction, not an aggressive reaction, but it simply mistook your finger for a roach. The bite is not harmful, by the way, it can't kill you, but it could make you scared, jump, and maybe fall off a ladder or a cliff. So, yeah. Another different behavior between a wolf spider and a huntsman spider is, remember, the wolf spider carries her egg sac at the rear, and the huntsman spider carries her egg sac gripped in her mouth with her fangs. She will continue to hold on to this egg sac until the babies hatch. Then after they hatch out, there's a couple hundred of them, she will keep them around and guard them. They will actually stay around her for protection until they're old enough to go out on their own, which is not very long after they hatch, maybe a week or so. Also, unlike the wolf spider, huntsmen do not carry their babies on their backs. An interesting note is the female huntsman will hold her egg sac as long as it takes for them to hatch, even to the point where she starves to death because she will not eat the whole time she's holding this egg sac. But this doesn't mean the babies won't survive. They simply won't have a protector for a while until they get old enough to branch out on their own. Many will still survive. So there you have it. The wolf spider and the huntsman spider remain an icon for Florida nature and beneficial predators. Okay, guys, love your spiders.